Hello everybody and welcome on my YouTube channel. You are with Alendris and today we are together to review for a second time a Bounty Queen who has been released 2 days ago, and you know that she gets a little nerf. We will see if this nerf is really strong and if she is still really interesting to be used. Today it's the second review for a Bounty Queen, so I will not detail all statistics and skills as I'm doing when it's the first review. So I will put a link and you can check if you are interested about it, but they didn't change nothing on statistics. On skills, they change just one skill, and it's what I will show you now. First, second, and third skill are exactly the same, but the fourth skill, accumulate. Natasha accumulates her power and releases it in her next normal attack. Accumulates 634 attack damage per second. In the past, in the first version, it was 1050 attack damage per second. More or less, it's 40% nerf. It's an important nerf, but it was necessary to do something. In the past, you didn't see it in my first video, but when I tried her a lot on test server, she was sometimes able to deal 130,000 damage on tanks. I think it was totally broken, so they changed it. It's still, I think, really good, but we will test it together to be sure about it. First of all, I want to share with you one really important point. Bounty Queen, when she's 5 stars, full red 2, she has 50,000 HP, 700 armor and 300 magical resistance. So it means that with the training field, if you increase her HP at the maximum, 22,000, it will be nearly plus 50% of HP. It's really much, and I know that a lot of players are disappointed about Bounty Queen actually, and I can understand it because without this training field, it will be really difficult to make her survive. Especially in the metagame, if you put one hero who is not trained against other heroes who are most of them full or nearly full, she will have some problem to do the best of her potential. So, first of all, if you are not a crazy spender and if you want to use her normally, increase her HP, it's really important. You know that you can see on my screen that I already did 2000, it's nothing, it's less than 10% of the maximum, but every day I'm doing it, and I think in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, she will be ready to be used at full potentiality. I'm doing the damage test now, so don't forget that during my first test, my Bounty Queen was 5 stars, so 1000 attack damage more, and was well trained, so another 1000 damage more. But we will have one idea about how she is right now. I will accelerate the fight. I test exactly with the same team that I used on the test server. So, okay, my Queen of Curse is orange too, but it doesn't change nothing at all. So, statistic of the fight. She deal pretty less because on the test server she was over 250,000, so even with this little difference we are feeling the nerf. Let's now see in a real configuration how it's going on. In this second fight it's against one turtle fighter. For sure I removed a rabbit to remove the random side of the fight, and I want to see if she can survive. You can see already that when she is invisible, she doesn't receive damage from Tarot Prophet and from everything. It's really interesting to know. And during the fight, we will see how much damage she's dealing. I will increase the speed. Oh, she gets the taunt. Not a good news. And finally, she did her ultimate. she get energy boost by killing the enemy. And finally, the fight is over. How much she did? 126. It's not that much. In the first fight, she was at 212 on test server. So, for sure, it's a real difference of training and a star, but it doesn't explain this huge difference. So, we are feeling the nerf. Let's now see in the two last situations. Against Undead team this time, so in the same situation with a werewolf to also break the armor of the tank and to increase physical damage also. Sorceress get raped. Armor is broken. Some good damage. I'm just surprised about one point. If we are not speaking about damage, just about a critical rate. I'm missing 1 star and some boost in training field, it's true, but I'm really surprised because on the test server I had the impression to do only a critical hit, and from this 3 first fight I have impression to don't do so much critical hit. 140,000 damage, it's sure it's not bad. If you compare in the range with other heroes, it's totally good, and on the test server she was dealing approximately the same in the same situation, 150,000 damage. Let's see now against the meta team how it can be used. For the last example, I want to show you against a standard metagame team, even with a rabbit. This counter is working really well. Some players who already train Bounty Queen and have her 5 stars are using it, and this counter is around 80% of win rate. But for me, with my Bounty Queen with pretty low, I had several tries to success. It's true, I have something like 30-40% of win rate with this team actually. So for me, it's not the best counter that I can use with my set of heroes. But if you have no solution, you can use this, and it's working really well in case of your bounty is trained. I'll let you watch the end of the fight, it's nearly over. And finally, statistic of the fight, we have Bounty who give some boost. She deal also 150,000 damage, and for sure a rabbit deal a huge amount of damage. So this counter is not bad because a rabbit will grab someone. If it's not a bad grab, Bounty will help to kill it pretty fast, especially with Ghost Knight, who will cancel the skill using of this target. So it's all for the test. It's now time to conclude about Bounty Queen. I can tell you now that the nerf of Bounty Queen is consistent, it's true, but if you ask me if we can use her now, I will tell you yes, but you have to be little patient. Without training, without stars, she's really difficult to use. But when you will get enough training, and if you have her 5 stars, I think some Soulstone will be available in the Spring Festival event of Yukul. It will be possible to have a really good result with this hero. You can even use her in a PvE when you have a single target boss with sensitive from physical damage, like for example nerf of C in red 18, and have a really good result, especially if you pair her with werewolf, who will decrease the armor of the target. So it's all for today. It's now time to conclude this video. Thank you everybody for watching this second review of Bounty Queen. I hope that it will help you to do your final decision if you want to invest on her or not. Actually, it's true that she's a little bit expensive, and even if we get some of her soulstone during the Spring Festival event, I think it will be just the necessary amount to unlock her. So after that, if you want to push her at 5 stars, it will be a little bit expensive. So it's your own choice. Now you know how is this hero on the live server. I want to tell you another thing. I listen your voice, and in the future my review will be a little different in the end. So instead of to tell you this hero is good, this hero is bad, I will give you a notation for every hero that I will analyze. So scale 0 till 10, 0 absolute garbage, 10 is a game changer, and it will be more easy for you to choose if you want to invest on one hero, or if you think, okay, he's like that, but I will not invest nothing on him. If you want to follow my actuality, you can follow me on Facebook or Twitter in the left side of my head. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click in the YouTube button. And if you want to support my work, you can click in the last link in the top right corner. And you can also like my video and share it. It's helped me a lot. Thank you guys. Bye bye.